OpenPoint has a flexible method of accessing specific records in the system. For almost every type of record in the database, you can access it by going to a specific URL from your browser. Every record has a unique identifier, and this combined with telling OpenPoint the type of record lets you get to the right module and the right screen for that particular record. This creates all kinds of interesting possibilities for integrating with other applications and other systems. In this example, we'll take a look at smoothly moving between OpenPoint and Microsoft Excel. So we're currently looking at a job record where we're placing a poll at 8th and Washington. And I'm going to go to the transactions grid here, and I want to take a look at the data before I move this on to the next stage. So I'm going to go and click on this menu here at the upper right of the grid and say export. And so this is going to take all of the job transactions and export those into an Excel format for us. And so this includes all transaction types. And so this gives me a chance to take a look at the data. So I'm taking a look, and I really wanted to look at this one equipment record here. And I noticed that looks like the allocation was set to both, but this was actually supposed to be set to just install. So instead of having to go back into OpenPoint, looking up the job, going to that particular record, if I didn't already have it on that particular page, I can actually just go and click on this link right here. So this link will take us right to the this particular equipment transaction. And if I hover over it, you can see what URL it's going to go to. So I'll go ahead and click that. So now it's going back into OpenPoint, and it's going right exactly to that particular equipment transaction. So I can go and edit that if I want to. So I'll click on the edit icon, and I can change that allocation right here to install, and then say done and save, and that's it. That one's taken care of. So another example of this is going to be looking at reports that include job records. So I'm going to pull up the unit cost review installation report, and I'm going to tell it that I want to look at all of the jobs that are in the transacted stage. And I'm going to be doing that because I'm planning to send all my data over to the accounting system. And before I do that, I want to make sure that nothing seems out of place. So this report shows unit costs, average costs for the particular major accounts, and broken down by particular job numbers. I can see the job description and the specific accounts, and then also what the utility finance average costs are, the customer finance average costs are, the overall average, and then it has some breakdowns by particular cost type. So I can look at that, and then if something seems out of place, I can just go and, instead of having to go in to look up a particular record, I can just go and click on that particular link. It's going to go back into OpenPoint, and then it's going to go right exactly to that particular item. And if I wanted to, say I wanted to make a transaction change, I could always roll this back to the previous state, and then I can go and make my changes, and then send it right back into that transacted state and get it ready for transfer over to the general ledger system. So just one or two examples that allow integration between two applications in a very easy and smooth kind of a manner. Other systems can take advantage of this as well. So if you had, let's say, an accounting system and it had lists of jobs that it was referencing, you could always have links in those records that then point right back to OpenPoint, so you can go back and forth between those systems pretty easily. And I'm sure there's a lot of other creative possibilities given what this is able to do.